I just want to say I'm really proud to be here with great state legislators, with local leaders, and most of all, with absolutely terrific teachers. You know, people sometimes say, wow, you have a tough job down there in Washington. My job is easy compared to teaching. That is the toughest, most demanding, and maybe most important, I can say as a parent of 4 children, the most important job in the world is as a teacher. And I am really proud to have this t-shirt. I'm going to take it down to Washington with me. I promise that I will wear it running. And thank you to the CEA for the t-shirt and for your representation. They give voice and face to those teachers who are behind the desk or at the chalkboard or at their computers, hands-on, reaching out to young people at a time when, frankly, it's never been more difficult to be a young person and a student. And let me just be very blunt. We've seen a crisis in education post-COVID. Now is exactly the wrong time to be cutting federal support. If ever there was the worst time to be trying to save money on the backs of students and families and teachers, now is the worst time. Post-COVID, we've seen declining test scores, we've seen gaps among districts. We need to be bolstering, beefing up our spending on education. It's an investment. But Elon Musk thinks he can eliminate waste by laying waste to our schools. And he has the backing of the president's nominee to be Secretary of Education. And here again, I want to be blunt. Linda McMahon came to me to meet in my office, asked me to support her nomination as Secretary of Education. And I said, no way. No way am I going to support Linda McMahon or any other nominee for Secretary of Education if they're going to dismantle the Department of Education, gut funding, and eliminate essential programs. We're here to say, no way are we going to stand still for it without putting up a fight. And that fight has to be sustained, energetic, passionate, and I can promise you I am going to stay true to the values and the ethos that brings us here today, inspired by these great teachers. Linda McMahon is going to have to find another position, if I have anything to do with it, as long as she takes the position that education funding can be roadkill, that students are expendable, and that the current programs that support education don't need that support. And the reason, quite honestly, is that I'm inspired by the great work that is done here in Connecticut, and you should just know some of these figures. Thank you. In Connecticut, and you may have heard these figures already, but I just want to repeat them for you because they are really important for you to know. 1,000 schools with 533,000 students, that's 500,000 students, receive about $321 million every year for programs that enrich education, close gaps among districts, provide for students who need that help the most, and support local school districts so taxpayers don't have to pay additional money. You eliminate these federal programs, you don't get off cheap. Local taxpayers are going to have to foot the bill. So what Elon Musk wants to do essentially is say to the parents and teachers of America, you're going to foot the bill, we're going to save money, it goes into the pockets of billionaires in tax cuts, and who is left holding the bag? Our students. That is desperately unfair. We should be supporting our students, our teachers who serve this vital role, and I'm going to stick with the CEA. I am going to stay true to you, because that extra mile is not extra for a lot of students. It is essential. And we need to recognize that federal programs and federal funding are not a luxury or convenience. They are essential. That extra mile is what we should do every day for the students of America. Thank you all.